Hey guys, welcome back to Dream Destinations. Today, we're exploring an unfortunate reality affecting some of the most breathtaking places on Earth, overtourism. While tourism helps fuel local economies, it can also come at a high price, often causing overcrowding, environmental destruction, and even the loss of local culture. In this video, we're counting down 15 stunning places that have been ruined by overtourism, and we'll explore the reasons why these destinations are struggling under the weight of their popularity. So, let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 15 is Venice, Italy, a city famous for its canals, historic architecture, and romantic atmosphere. But behind the beauty lies a city struggling with the weight of its popularity. Over 20 million tourists visit Venice every year, far outnumbering the local population of just about 50,000 residents. Due to this massive influx, Venice's narrow streets and canals are almost always packed, leading to congestion and noise pollution. The overcrowding has driven many locals away, turning the city into more of a tourist theme park than a living, breathing community. Additionally, the large cruise ships docking near the lagoon have caused serious environmental damage, eroding the fragile foundations on which the city sits. While tourism is vital to Venice's economy, many wonder if it's sustainable in the long run. Next, at number 14 is Maya Bay in Thailand, made famous by the movie The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Its crystal-clear waters and pristine beauty once made it a dream destination, but the explosion in tourism has transformed it into a cautionary tale. Up to 5,000 visitors a day descended upon this small bay, leading to devastating impacts on the marine ecosystem. The coral reefs were especially hard hit, with many dying due to boat anchors, pollution, and sheer overcrowding. In 2018, Thai authorities took the drastic step of closing Maya Bay to the public to allow it to recover. Since then, the ecosystem has shown signs of improvement, but the damage highlights the toll overtourism can take on even the most idyllic locations. At number 13 is the ancient Incan city of Machu Picchu in Peru. Perched high in the Andes Mountains, Machu Picchu is one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world. But with over 1 million visitors each year, this once remote and serene site is now struggling to cope. The heavy foot traffic has caused significant erosion to the ancient stone pathways, and there are concerns that the site's structural integrity could be compromised if the visitor numbers keep increasing. In response, the Peruvian government has implemented restrictions on the number of daily visitors and has introduced timed entry tickets to try to mitigate the damage. However, managing the balance between preservation and tourism remains a huge challenge. Coming in at number 12 is Dubrovnik, Croatia, a medieval walled city that has seen an explosion in tourism thanks in part to its role as a filming location for Game of Thrones. The city has become a victim of its newfound fame, with its narrow streets regularly flooded with tourists, particularly from cruise ships. Dubrovnik's local population has been shrinking as residents move away, citing the rising cost of living and the overwhelming number of tourists as reasons. While the city has taken steps to limit the number of cruise ships allowed in the harbor, it remains to be seen if this will be enough to preserve the charm of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Local authorities are also considering capping the number of visitors to help restore balance. At number 11 is the stunning island of Santorini in Greece. Known for its iconic whitewashed buildings with blue domes, Santorini's beauty has made it one of the most popular travel destinations in the world. However, this surge in popularity has not come without consequences. The island's narrow streets are often packed with visitors, especially during peak tourist season, and many locals have been priced out of their homes by high rents driven by tourism. Additionally, the natural environment is under threat, with beaches and cliffs showing signs of erosion. The government has imposed restrictions on the number of tourists, particularly from cruise ships, to reduce the impact, but for many, the charm of Santorini has been lost to overtourism. Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, comes in at number 10. Once the ultimate destination for the world's most elite climbers, Everest has now become a victim of its own fame. With the increasing number of commercial expeditions, more climbers are flocking to the mountain, leading to dangerous overcrowding and even fatalities. Long lines form near the summit as inexperienced climbers attempt to reach the top, often putting their lives and those of others at risk. But it's not just human life at stake. The environment is suffering as well. Everest is often referred to as the world's highest garbage dump, with discarded oxygen tanks, tents, and other debris littering the landscape. Efforts have been made to clean up the mountain, but the sheer volume of visitors continues to strain the environment. Number 9 on our list is Barcelona, Spain, a vibrant city known for its rich culture, stunning architecture, and lively atmosphere. However, in recent years, Barcelona has seen a surge in tourism, particularly from the rise of budget airlines and vacation rentals like Airbnb. The city's famous attractions, such as La Sagrada Familia and Park Güell, are often overrun with tourists, making it difficult for locals to enjoy their own city. The impact of mass tourism has sparked protests from residents, who complain of rising rent prices, overcrowded public spaces, and the loss of traditional neighborhoods. In response, local authorities have taken steps to limit short-term rentals and regulate the number of tourists visiting key sites. At number 8 is the Indonesian island of Bali, a tropical paradise that has been severely affected by overtourism. Known for its lush landscapes, beautiful beaches, and vibrant culture, Bali has attracted millions of visitors each year. Unfortunately, this influx has taken a toll on the environment, with pollution, plastic waste, and damaged coral reefs becoming serious issues. Many areas, once considered tranquil and spiritual, have become overcrowded with tourists seeking the perfect Instagram shot. Local Balinese culture is also at risk, as traditional ways of life give way to the demands of tourism. While efforts are being made to promote more sustainable tourism practices, the future of Bali remains uncertain. Iceland, at number 7, is another destination that has seen a dramatic increase in tourism over the past decade. With its otherworldly landscapes, from glaciers to volcanoes, Iceland became a hot spot for nature lovers and photographers. But with the rise in popularity, many of the country's natural wonders, such as the Blue Lagoon and the Golden Circle, have been overwhelmed by visitors. This increase in foot traffic has caused significant wear and tear on fragile ecosystems, with some areas being permanently damaged. The Icelandic government has begun to implement stricter controls on tourism, including charging entry fees to popular sites and promoting off-season travel, but the impact of overtourism is already being felt. At number 6 is Cinque Terre, a collection of 5 picturesque villages perched on Italy's rugged coastline. Once a quiet fishing region, Cinque Terre has become a major tourist destination thanks to its stunning views and charming atmosphere. However, the region's popularity has led to overcrowded hiking trails, congested streets, and environmental degradation. The small villages struggle to accommodate the sheer number of visitors, particularly during peak tourist season. Authorities have implemented measures to limit the number of tourists allowed on certain hiking paths and have even considered restricting access to the villages during high season to protect the region's delicate environment. At number 5, we have the Galapagos Islands, a place renowned for its incredible biodiversity and its role in Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. The islands are home to species found nowhere else on Earth, making them one of the most unique and ecologically sensitive destinations. However, with increasing tourist numbers, nearly 300,000 annually, the Galapagos are under threat. Tourists eager to witness the island's rare wildlife and ecosystems have caused considerable strain. Waste management, pollution, and invasive species brought by human activity have endangered the fragile ecosystem. In response, strict regulations have been introduced, including limiting the number of visitors and controlling where they can go, but the island's future depends heavily on how carefully tourism is managed in the coming years. Number 4 is the ancient temple complex of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Built in the 12th century, Angkor Wat is one of the largest religious monuments in the world and a symbol of Cambodia's rich history. However, the temple's popularity has skyrocketed, with millions of visitors arriving each year to explore its awe-inspiring ruins. Unfortunately, the constant foot traffic has taken a toll on the site. Erosion of the ancient stone carvings, damage to the infrastructure, and overcrowding have become major issues. Local authorities have introduced limits on visitor numbers, and certain areas of the temple are now restricted to protect the site. Despite these measures, maintaining the delicate balance between preserving this world treasure and sustaining tourism remains a challenge. At number 3, we have Amsterdam, Netherlands, a city known for its picturesque canals, vibrant nightlife, and cultural heritage. Amsterdam has long been a popular tourist destination, but in recent years, the city has struggled with an influx of tourists, particularly those seeking short, party-centric holidays. The impact of overtourism has been significant. The city's narrow streets and canals are often congested, leading to problems with overcrowding, noise, and pollution. Local residents have become increasingly frustrated, leading to protests against the tourism industry, calling for measures to address the city's disnification. In response, Amsterdam has begun limiting Airbnb rentals, banning certain forms of transportation in crowded areas, and promoting sustainable tourism. However, the tension between locals and tourists remains a hot-button issue. Number 2 on our list is the Taj Mahal, one of the most famous landmarks in the world and a symbol of love and architectural beauty. However, the Taj Mahal has suffered greatly due to overtourism, with up to 8 million visitors each year. The constant foot traffic has caused damage to the marble floors and the intricate inlays that make the structures so iconic. Additionally, the Taj Mahal faces environmental threats from pollution, with the monument's once pristine white exterior turning yellow over time. To combat the deterioration, the Indian government has limited daily visitor numbers and implemented strict conservation efforts, including periodic closures for restoration. But with its global fame, finding a solution that satisfies both preservation and the demands of tourism is still a work in progress. Finally, at number 1, we have Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest and most sacred mountain. For centuries, Mount Fuji has been a spiritual and cultural symbol in Japan, attracting pilgrims and adventurers alike. In recent years, though, the number of climbers has surged, especially since Mount Fuji was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. With over 300,000 people climbing Mount Fuji annually, the mountain is facing serious environmental and infrastructural challenges. Litter, human waste, and trail erosion have all become major issues. The Japanese government has introduced voluntary fees to help maintain the trails and has encouraged more responsible tourism practices, but the damage continues to mount. If overtourism isn't controlled, this iconic mountain may lose much of its natural beauty. These 15 stunning places have been forever changed by the effects of overtourism. While travel is one of the greatest ways to experience the world, it's essential to strike a balance between exploration and preservation. Many of these destinations are now taking steps to reduce their tourist numbers and protect their environments, but it's up to all of us as travelers to make more conscious, responsible decisions when exploring the world. If we can be mindful of our impact, these incredible locations can continue to inspire and awe for generations to come. Thanks for watching Dream Destinations, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel insights.